Check. Check one. Check one. Check one. Check. I think I. Okay. I think I still need to bump him a little bit, but. Check. Check one. Check two. Check one. check. Checking. 1, 2. Check. Checking. Check. Checking.
Shoot, she didn't send an updated data. What didn't happen to her numbers? Shoot. No, I was, yes, it's so much fun.
We haven't seen those ring files in so long, I was like, okay, get that. They had said after 10, but then it seemed, it's like Jaws. Good, up here it comes. Yeah, it seems like it's moving faster than what I thought.
Yes, he told me he's gonna, even when we're sitting there, he told me until I'm sitting.
Yeah, I have.
Please be seated. Yeah. Well, people keep telling me that I need to get that fixed, but I'm not going to. It's going to happen at every commencement. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to USAO's April 20th, 2018 spring commencement ceremonies. We have over 100 total graduating this evening. It requires two separate events. This, the first, at 6, of course, and the second at 8 p.m. Both are being streamed over the internet live, wherever that stream exists. So to all of you who are swimming in the stream tonight, a very good evening to you as well. Evening, unless there is a contrary time zone that you happen to be in. For those of you who are here this evening on this wonderful night and from the region, we are, of course, hoping for inclement weather. Rain, as we face drought, really begins around here. If I look at the moisture maps accurately, here in Chickasha, extending to the west, especially in the northwest, where they've been having those just awful problems with burning. And through the Texas Panhandle into New Mexico, Maryland, and I have a son who lives in Albuquerque, and they're talking about sandbars in the Rio Grande River. So it's something that we hope we get some relief from. My thanks to Kate Sakula, Assistant Professor of Music, and the USAO Concert Band for our processional music. And we'll get to that special music after I remind myself that though I've welcomed all of you, it's especially important that I welcome the graduating seniors who are sitting in the front rows, and this is what the ceremony tonight is all about. But to turn to our special music this evening, again directed by Dr. Sakula and featuring Mr. Garrett Stansel, instrumental music education major from Lawton, Oklahoma, on the trumpet, and accompanied by the USAO Concert Band. Kate? Band members, please. I am delighted to introduce our speaker for this evening. We decided a year or so ago to ask a graduating senior to address the class. And so tonight I'm going to present to you Miss Mackenzie Gianna Schooley. Mackenzie is from Chandler, Oklahoma. She is a psychology major with a double minor in sociology and a minor in liberal arts. She is a member of the President's Leadership Council, the PLC, and is president of the Sigma Psi Omega sorority and also president of the Psychology Club. She is a member of Hypatia Honor Society, which is the highest academic distinction that we can bestow at USAO. She will this evening later be hooded as a recipient of USAO's distinctive research endorsement, reflective of completing a serious research project as an undergraduate. She presented certain components of this research effort at the 2018 National Conference on Undergraduate Research. She is very active in the social and academic life of the campus. She is a peer mentor and tutor in the Student Success Center, which is an extremely important part of our student support, academic support infrastructure on this campus, devoted to student success. She is a graduate of USAO's Leadership Academy. She plans to proceed immediately on to do graduate work, pursuing a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling at Missouri State University. She is graduating this evening, summa cum laude. Would you please help me welcome Miss Mackenzie Gianna Schooley.
Thank you, President Beaver. Just kidding. Esteemed faculty, alumni, friends, family, but most importantly, graduates, good evening and welcome to the 2018 University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma Spring Commencement Ceremony. I'm honored to be speaking on behalf of my graduating class. I've always been a sucker for a metaphor, so I'm going to share with you one of my favorites, which was passed to me by my mother, who was a kindergarten teacher for 33 years. Education is a journey, not a race. I know, cheesy, right? I can hear the collective groan. I often use this metaphor as advice to those who are just starting their educational journey, and they too roll their eyes and scoff at me. I started my USAO journey as a scared freshman who had no idea what she was doing. You might call me a blank slate. I still remember sitting in my dorm freshman year, completely overwhelmed, thinking to myself, what have I gotten myself into? And wait, I'm paying these people to torture me? This is insane. But I kept trudging forward, learning more and more with each passing day. Rhetoric and critical thinking taught me how to argue. Not that I really needed that much more help with that, right, Mom? Dad? The American Civs taught me that everything I learned in high school history class was a lie, and that Dr. Long is a Hamilton hipster. She loved that man before he was the star of a $100 million musical. Physical science and life science reminded me why I'm a social science major, but hey, the lab was fun. The World Cotton Thought and Culture Triad showed me just how little I knew about the world. World Thought 1, we learned about suffering, both in the context of Hinduism and college life in general. World Thought 2 brought its own journey to the West, reading The Monkey and the Monk, which was a trip in and of itself. And World Thought 3 gave us Paradise Lost, which, oddly enough, reminds me of Pest. For those of you who don't know, PEST stands for Political and Economic Systems Theory. This class pushed me to my limits, challenging me, frustrating me. Now, I'm not going to stand up here and lie to all of you. That class is the absolute worst. But I think it teaches us the most about ourselves. We didn't go on this journey alone. As Dr. Vaughn says, a lone human is a dead human. So thank you to our friends and family who kept us from being a dead human, even when we felt like we already were. Thank you for being there to support us, listening to us gripe and complain, for eating second dinner with us at Dusty's, for celebrating our victories and grieving our losses. Thank you to our advisors and professors who acted as our guides on this journey, for being there to keep us on track and encourage us when we didn't feel like going on, for believing in us and pushing us to our limits. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. For some of us, this journey took 3 years, some 4 or 5, and for others, it seems like this journey has lasted a lifetime. But like every journey, our educational journey has had their ups and downs, but we survived them all. We've overcome obstacles, endured hardships, and survived tragedies. But we made it. We're here in our itchy gowns and stiff hats. We're here to celebrate the end of our undergraduate journey and the beginning of our next journeys. For some, this could be graduate school. For others, entering into the workforce. And some of us still have no earthly idea. But that's okay. I've heard it said recently that the purpose of a liberal arts education is to give you the freedom, knowledge, and empowerment to think for yourself. Armed with this power, I urge you graduates to go out there and blaze new trails. Question long-held ideals and beliefs. As I look into the rows of graduates before me, I have no doubt in my mind that I'm looking into the faces of world changers. I cannot wait to see what you all accomplish on your next journey. To those students who are still on their educational journey, do not rush your education. Savor it. And before you know it, you will be walking across this stage too. My educational journey can be summed up by 2 quotes from A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. And finally, it is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. Thank you and congratulations.
I'm wired tonight for the first time in my life, electronically. So I have to keep pushing this out of the way, they tell me. Thank you, Mackenzie. As the president of the college, I spend a great deal of time off campus and swimming in the politics and the public conversations of this state and nationally. And in that context, sometimes there is a tendency to move in the direction of disappointment. But I'll tell you, when you hear what just happened, and you see before you the wonderful men and women, the marvelous men and women who are about to graduate this evening, it brings to me clearly the reason that I am so pleased to be a part of this operation. I would now ask that the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Krista Maxon, please present the 2018 graduating class.
Wow, all right, President Fever, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate the completion of our students' journey at USAO, I would like to express gratitude to the people sitting behind me. Graduates, if during your years here the faculty have challenged you, mentored you, instilled in you the joy of a life full of learning, and have helped you to achieve beyond your expectations, here is your chance to thank this brilliant faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to the dedication of their faculty mentors, the constant efforts of a talented staff, and most of all, their own substantial labors, these students have persevered in their studies and now are ready to receive baccalaureate degrees. They have demonstrated to the satisfaction of the faculty the hallmarks of educated people, a capacity to think clearly and creatively, the ability to express their thoughts effectively, the character necessary to live as active and responsible citizens, and the intellectual curiosity to continue their own education beyond the university. Will the candidates for graduation please rise? President Fever, on behalf of the faculty of this historic institution, I now present to you the graduating class of spring 2018 for the conferring of their degrees.
Vice President Maxon, as is the case, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, the State College and University System Coordinating Board, vests in me the authority to act on behalf of the USAO Governing Board of Regents, and with the advice and consent of the USAO faculty, to confer either the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Arts, or the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. Now, with this authority, I invite those who have completed all degree requirements to come forward and receive their diploma.
Graduating magna cum laude, Taylor Alexis Clear. Kathleen Harley Izell. Graduating cum laude, Alex Lee Odell. Carson Lynn Taylor. Joshua Zuela. Roberta Danielle Aldana. Eric Joseph Anderson. Joseph David Andrews II. Graduating cum laude, Alexis Marie Avery. Graduating cum laude, Bridget Christine Byers. Graduating cum laude, Andrew Dalton Baker. Graduating cum laude, Angelica Rose Bishop. Amanda Marie Blackstar. Jasmine Burley. Christopher Cord Courtney. Nicholas Benwen Curtis. Samantha Lee Darrow. Graduating cum laude, Jordan Michelle Duthridge. Graduating magna cum laude, Carly Dean Eaton. Alice Wilhelmina Elkins. Graduating summa cum laude, Caitlin Dawn Finley. Graduating magna cum laude, Caitlin Elizabeth Hall. Lauren Vivian Hart. Jocelyn Ray Jeffrey. Emma Kraus. Patricia Lefevers. Graduating summa cum laude, Alton Lowell. Graduating summa cum laude, Destiny S. Malicote Caps. Shayla Mayhew. Sierra Hunter Orozco. Robert Kenneth Peru. Jonathan Scott Reel. Michaela Takori Sanders. Graduating. Graduating summa cum laude, Mackenzie Janae Schooley. Gwendolyn Rianne Schuchart. Jessica Julia Sermon. Garrett Dakota Stenyo. Kayla Gabrielle Stevens. Graduating magna cum laude, Hannah Noel Thrasher. Graduating cum laude, Alicia Warner. Graduating magna cum laude, Haley Brianne Williams. Valerie Ann Wright. Donna Stepankova.
As an important part of our commencement ceremony and in conferring degrees, the college also highlights recognition for the outstanding graduates of the 4 academic divisions chosen by the faculty of each of all of those divisions, and also to recognize those who are to be hooded as recipients of USAO's undergraduate research endorsement. Again, Dr. Maxson, if you will do the honors, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, the faculty from each of our 4 divisions determined their respective Outstanding Graduate Award to the student they have determined to be exceptional. Please join me in congratulating Reed James Bryant for the Division of Science and Physical Education. Not here? He's not here, but I'm sure we're all very proud of him. He's doing wonderful things. For the Division of Education and Speech Language Pathology, we have 2 outstanding graduates, the first being Megan Elizabeth Glass. I have the ceremony. Excuse me. I have the ceremonies backwards. I'm That was the people that will be here at 8 p.m. Excuse me. So, please join me in congratulating the people that are at this ceremony, starting with Destiny S. Malacote for the Division of Arts and Humanities. For the Division of Social Sciences and Business, we are proud to recognize Mackenzie Janae Schooley. We also have a ceremony for the students who complete mentored research with a faculty advisor. Goals of higher education are both to transmit what is already known and also to discover what is yet to be known. Completion of a doctorate of philosophy, a PhD, in a particular field requires original research and presentation of the results of that research so as to advance the body of human understanding. Every one of our faculty who hold a PhD has written and defended a dissertation based upon original research. Those who complete requirements for a PhD are hooded at their respective commencement exercises. At USAO, we have embarked upon a program of undergraduate research consisting of learning research methods across disciplines, of developing a research topic, completing that research, and presenting the results of that research. In recognition of the extraordinary work necessary to complete this program, we now perform an undergraduate hooding of all who complete USAO's mentored research. Tonight, we recognize several students, with 5 being recognized during this ceremony. I hope I'm correct on that. The first being Bridget Byers, who was mentored by Dr. Zach Simpson with a project titled An Essay on the Phenomenology of the Complement. Next, we have Mackenzie Schooley with mentor Dr. James Vaughn. Her paper is titled You, Me, or Harper Lee, Effects of Authorship on Stress Responses During Public Speaking. We have another mentee of Dr. James Vaughn, Haley Williams, with her paper titled Vines on the Wall, Audiovisual Proactive Interference on Working Memory. And as you can see, Dr. James Vaughn's very busy because we have another mentee for Dr. James Vaughn, Destiny Malacote, with the title of her paper, The Relation of Sex and Grade Classification to Ethical Decision-Making Skills in Undergraduate Students. Next, we welcome Alexis Avery with mentor Dr. Christopher Garneau with her paper titled Examining Religious Influence on Birthing Rituals Within Diasporic Communities. Did I say that right? Diasporic. Thank you. Congratulations to all of our graduates.
Well, congratulations to the distinguished graduates of the divisions and the recipients of the research endorsement. Let me just make one brief comment about the research endorsement. Other than James Vaughn obviously working his students to the bone, these research endorsements are the result of a very serious research undertaking as undergraduates, and this kind of effort will serve them well in terms of whatever they choose to do postgraduate. So that's hooding them has become a very distinctive part of what we do here. Sometimes in life, we all experience a change in status. And tonight is one of those occasions. As you graduating, those of you sitting in the front rows progressed through finals this week, and as you traveled to campus and to the Teata Auditorium this evening, you were seniors, just seniors. Then, as the ceremony began, you became graduating seniors, change in status. And you have now crossed the stage, you've received your diploma, you've descended the stairs, and you are again seated. And so what are you now? You're graduates. You're graduates. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you're graduates. You're birds, magnificent birds, aflight. You've flown the coop. You're graduates of one of the finest undergraduate colleges in the state of Oklahoma. And according to national observers of the quality of higher education in the United States, they rank USAO as one of the better schools in the country as measured by academic quality and by the rigor of its undergraduate curriculum. As holders of the baccalaureate degree, you join a minority in this country. The United States, 43% of the population hold the baccalaureate degree. It's much less in this state, not quite 25% of the state's population hold the baccalaureate degree. And I hope your college experience has been a crucible event, a severe test, to use Webster's definition of crucible. That USAO has been a place in which its concentrated forces have interacted to influence change and development in you, in your life. That has been a place contributing, yes, to continuity in your life. Continuity is important, but also to departure. I hope the school did not allow simply the ink to dry on the nature of your thinking and behaving when you first arrived at this institution. That it produced healthy disruption to your best laid plans, and that it has helped you to establish your best informed directions for a better future. And I hope that it's provided you with the most essential tools in life, to use I guess, military imagery, a self-empowering weapons, if you will. And by that I mean a propensity to prefer hope rather than despair, a capacity for courage and for curiosity, an energy for life infused with resiliency and perseverance, empathy for the complex world in which you live, fearlessness in facing its difficulties and shortcomings, and aggressive in your pursuit of creating a better life for all of us. You ought to be awfully proud of what you've done. You ought to be awfully proud. As one essential feature now of your status as graduates, I would like to introduce you to that status. You're alumni of this college. I'll be in touch with you. We don't want anything out of you. That's a lie. It's a bold-faced lie. As alumni, I do hope you'll stay connected with us, attuned to us, and informed about the disposition and progress of your alma mater. But to welcome you to your new status and to confer another special distinction, I would ask the president of the USAO Alumni Association to come and provide you a welcome. He is the president of the Alumni Association. He's from Hugo. He's a 2014 graduate of this institution. He was in political science. Went on to get an MBA at the University of Oklahoma. And after working in the advancement office of this institution for a brief period of time, he went on to do some fundraising for the OU Health Sciences Center until Oklahoma City Community College stole him away to be their major gifts officer. Will you please help me welcome the president of the Alumni Association, Mr. Chris Collins.
Thank you, President Fever. Although I have the title of president, I was not lucky enough to be wired, as you are tonight, sir. So I'll have to make do with the microphone here at the podium. On behalf of the USAO Alumni Association and all of the alumni of the Oklahoma College for Women, the Oklahoma College of Liberal Arts, and the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma, I want to welcome you, tonight's graduates, into this family of alumni. We are so proud of you and everything that you've accomplished here at USAO. You know, it was just over 100 years ago that a group of pioneering women, graduates of the Oklahoma College for Women, established an alumni association to keep in touch with classmates and friends and to support the school that they loved. As you have walked across this stage tonight, you entered this distinguished organization. Tonight, you become part of a century of heritage. And as the Alumni Association has celebrated 100 years, I've spent a lot of time thinking about the incredible women of OCW who sat in this room so many years ago. It's a heritage that we share with alumna like Gladys Anderson Emerson, who famously was the first person to isolate vitamin E and was a leading world expert in the science of nutrition. You also joined the ranks of pioneers like Linda Mae Johnson, the first woman to complete the surgical residency program at OU, who spent years in surgical fellowships in Ghana, West Africa, and Malaysia, groundbreaking for a woman in medicine. OCW was even home to Norma Smallwood, Miss America 1926, the first Native American woman to win the title. From scientists to politicians, musicians to artists, teachers and lifelong learners, this place has launched the lives and careers of thousands of distinguished men and women. Your initiation into this group comes with this charge. This institution, this truly special place, needs you now more than ever. We need your voice. So wherever your next adventure takes you, it is so important that you tell the story of USAO. Tell people what makes this school so unique, and share why it is imperative that we have a university like ours here in Oklahoma's system of higher education. So as you head off, whether to work, to graduate school, or to wherever life may take you, I hope you'll keep in mind the place that gave you your start. I hope you'll stay involved, visit campus, and eventually consider ways that you might give back to USAO. I'm confident that President Fever will let you know about those opportunities. You can advocate for our university. Come to alumni events to stay involved. Become an alumni leadership mentor. These are just examples because you see, graduation isn't the end of your USAO story, and we are so excited to see what the next chapter holds. So, on behalf of the Alumni Association and the Alumni Board of Directors, congratulations and welcome to the association. A group of alumni will be at the bottom of the stairs tonight to officially welcome you to the Alumni Association with a gift. I also have the pleasure tonight to present the Alumni Association's Distinguished Graduate Award. Tonight's honoree is a member of the Hypatia Honor Society, a committed campus leader who represents all of the values of a liberal arts education and the values that make USAO so distinct. Tonight's recipient has won statewide awards for original research in political science and represented USAO in internships with the Oklahoma Council for Public Affairs, the United States Senate Committee on Environment and Public Works, and the Heritage Foundation. Our graduate is described as a passionate advocate for dissenting ideas, who fosters further dialogue and creates space for more debate. Through her academic success and her commitment to serving her community, she embodies the interdisciplinary ideal of an educated person. Graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science with minors in History and Liberal Arts, tonight's USAO Alumni Distinguished Graduate Award goes to Caitlin Finley. And we will recognize Caitlin with her official plaque at, oh, never mind, she's here. I'm sorry, Caitlin, I don't want to skip over. Come on up. Congratulations, Caitlin. Thank you all so much.
Well, thank you, Chris, and congratulations to Caitlin. I will note to you that there will be a reception this evening in the Student Center ballroom on the second floor of the Student Center. We will not have it until after the second ceremony, which should begin at around 9 o'clock there. I repeat, it's on the second floor of the Student Center in the ballroom. It's located in the north end of the campus on Alabama Street. I thank the members of the Freshman Honor Society, Alpha Lambda Delta, for acting as ushers this evening, and also for the service of our student marshals. They are all listed in your program. In closing, I will ask you to join in singing the college hymn. You'll find it on the last page of your program. To the accompaniment of the concert band under the direction of Dr. Kate Zakula, the band will also play our recessional. But leading us in hymn will be Dr. Jan Hansen, professor of music. Will you please stand for the college hymn?
try to get maybe a better placement.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
I'm going to try to get a better placement between ceremonies.
Okay.
I think what happened is maybe the hair was over.
Yeah, it had to be. It had to be.
And so no big deal. But all in all, I was able to hear feet better than I've ever heard.
Me too. Me too. And even Krista.
And even Krista too.
Yeah.
So the stream, it sounded good. It maybe just was on stage.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, man. Amy. 215 minutes? That's the one I want right there.
Please be seated. Good evening. I'm comparing the squeaks of this group to the squeaks at 6. And I'm not quite sure who wins that one. I'm going to have to record, when we do 2 graduations like this again, we'll have to record to see who the winner is. But I'm not going to get these fixed. I like it when it happens. Good evening to all of you ladies and gentlemen, to this, the second commencement exercise this evening, April the 20th, 2018. And 2 events this evening because we're graduating over 100 on this wonderful evening. As I said in the first session, we're being streamed over the internet live worldwide, and good evening to anyone who happens to be watching the streaming and wherever you are. And it may not be a good evening where you are, where you're watching, so depending on your time zone. We have been fortunate this evening that I don't know about you, but I'm praying for inclement weather and hope that the rains come, but they've gracefully held off apparently until after we get out of here, and then this evening and tomorrow hopefully to compensate for the drought that begins about here in Oklahoma and spreads west to out through the Texas Panhandle to New Mexico. And I certainly hope that the rains will help the folks in the northwestern part of the state who have had to endure the awful dangers of the fires up there. My thanks to Dr. Kate Sekula, Assistant Professor of Music, and the USAO Concert Band for our processional music. And as we turn to our special music this evening, I want to make it clear how very pleased I am to have these graduating seniors before us. I've been to a number of these ceremonies now since I came to this institution many years ago, but I find that each one of them produces an exhilaration and an enthusiasm that seems fresh every time that we do it. But we'll turn now to our special music, again directed by Dr. Sekula, featuring Mr. Nicholas Curtis, a music performance major from Oklahoma City, soprano, and accompanied by the USAO Concert Band. Kate, Nicholas, and members of the band, please. if I had read my program, I would have discovered that we're not going to hear a solo soprano this evening, but instead a clarinet. Thank you, Garrett. The band didn't help him out at all. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker this evening. As I indicated earlier, we decided a year ago that it would be a good idea to ask a graduating senior to address the class, and I think that was an excellent decision. Thus far, we've been extremely pleased, and so tonight I present to you Miss Brenna Burris. Brenna is from Fletcher, Oklahoma. She is a biology major with a pre-med emphasis. She has a double major in chemistry and a minor in chemistry and a minor in liberal arts. And she is a graduate of USAO's Leadership Academy. She is secretary of the Student Government Association. She recently headed up Droverthon, which organized a dance marathon several weeks ago that raised over $6,000 for the OU Children's Hospital. My congratulations to that, my appreciation. She is a member of the USAO Hypatia Honorary Society, which is the highest academic award that we can confer on a student here. She works as a mentor and a tutor in the Student Success Center, which is located in the Nash Library and is a major component of very sustained efforts that we now have underway here to assist student progress and student development. She's involved in off-campus activities in community projects through Drover Difference Day, Relay for Life, Bark for Life, Chickasha Festival of Light, and Drovers Against Cancer. Brenner plans to take a year off before entering medical school, and her plan is to pursue work as a pediatrician. Graduating this evening, summa cum laude, will you please help me welcome Miss Brenna Burris.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Dr. Fever. Good evening, everybody. I can't begin to describe how honored and humbled I am to stand in front of all of you today. I want to start by saying congratulations to all of my fellow graduates. We made it, guys. I'd also like to congratulate all the professors for finally getting rid of all of us. No, but really thank you all for the support and throughout these last years. I also want to thank all the friends and family that are here today supporting your graduate. I know it means a lot to me, and I'm overjoyed to have so many loved ones here cheering me on. I look around at all my fellow graduates, and I see emotions I feel as well. Relief, excitement, and impatience. So I'll keep my speech short so we can move on to the celebration portion of the evening. This experience and these emotions are very different from what I felt during high school graduation. While I was, of course, excited, I felt beyond unprepared and more than that, terrified. Now, after the trials of the last 4 years, I know I'm ready for medical school and for whatever else life has in store for me. And I hope that all of you feel ready for whatever your next step will be. Don't get me wrong, I'm still afraid of failing, but I've realized if you're not afraid, then you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Pushing yourself out of your comfort zone is the only way to learn and improve. I hope we all use what we've learned here at USAO to continue bettering ourselves in whatever path we choose. This is a beginning more than an ending. In the wise words of J.K. Rowling, life opens at the close. One of the most important things I've realized is it's okay to start this new beginning knowing your weaknesses and what you need to work on, whether that be academically or personally. Here at USAO, I've been confronted by many of my weaknesses, especially physics, but I've also learned my strengths and gained some as well. It's also okay not to be sure what you want to do with your degree. You have a degree. This sets you apart from 70% of Americans and 80% of Oklahomans. Better yet, you have a degree from a university that did you the great service of connecting interdisciplinary ideas. This will be an invaluable asset in whatever your future holds. Whether you're 21, 30, or 50, this degree will open so many doors for you. In the words of F. Scott Fitzgerald, it's never too late or too early to be whoever you want to be. I'm sure we've all been met with the naysayers and bad influences. I'd like for all of you to take a moment and feel proud. You proved them wrong. But more importantly, you proved to yourself what you're made of. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll let Michael Scott close this for me. May your hats fly as high as your dreams.
I would now ask that the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Krista Maxon, please present the 2018 graduating class. And before she does, comment on Brenna's presentation. Her predecessor in the 6 o'clock session. I am one of the most fortunate human beings I think that I can imagine when I sit and am aware of the essentials involved in clear thinking to be associated with an operation like this, the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma, with students like these, one of whom you've just heard, a bright and talented student body connected with a bright and talented faculty behind me. It's really an extraordinary privilege to be a part of that. And Brenna, so I thank you as I did Mackenzie earlier in the evening. So Dr. Maxon, please present this class.
Okay, President Beaver. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate the completion of our students' journey at USAO, I'd like to express gratitude to the people sitting behind me. Graduates, if during your years here your faculty have challenged you, mentored you, and instilled in you the joy of a life full of learning, and have helped you to achieve beyond your expectation, here is your chance to thank this brilliant faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to the dedication of their faculty mentors, the constant efforts of a talented staff, and most of all, their own substantial labors, these students have persevered in their studies and now are ready to receive baccalaureate degrees. They have demonstrated to the satisfaction of the faculty the hallmarks of educated people, a capacity to think clearly and creatively, the ability to express their thoughts effectively, the character necessary to live as active and responsible citizens, and the intellectual curiosity to continue their own education beyond the university. Will the candidates for graduation please rise? President Fever, on behalf of the faculty of this historic institution, I now present to you the graduating class of spring 2018 for the conferring of their degrees.
In the scheme of things, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, the State College and University System Coordinating Board vests in me the authority to act on behalf of the USAO Governing Board of Regents and with the advice and consent of the USAO faculty to confer either the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Arts, or the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. Now with this authority, I invite those who have completed all degree requirements to come forward and receive their diploma.
Paige Lee Adamson. Emily Darby Albrecht. Angelica Alcaraz. Louis Baltazar. Gregory Michael Barnett. Shania Ann Beck. Graduating magna cum laude, Shannon Alyssa Bowe. Christopher Toyotaka Brown. Graduating cum laude, Reed James Bryant. Graduating summa cum laude, Brenna Grace Burris. Graduating magna cum laude, Taylor Lane Clark. Jordan Nicole Cleveland. Tiara Demon Coffey. George Connolly. David Glenn Davidson. Kendall Leanne Dolt. Dee Dee Eli. Graduating summa cum laude, Megan Elizabeth Glass. Hannah Christine Green. Leanna Roberta Guajardo. Elizabeth Ann Heath. Darian Alice Hill. Alexander Paul Hortold. Adrian Autumn Kemery. Maricela Leonor Lara. Desiree J. Ledbetter. Shayla Dawn Lucas. Jordan Michaela McBride. Megan Nicole McCree. Jose Horacio Medina. Lisa Darlene Melton. Brittany Evan Nieto. Kira Jane Daniel Olson. Graduating magna cum laude, Emily Elizabeth Perry. Audra Ruan Peterson. Haley Janae Radke. Jordan Lewis Reed. Joseph Robb. Alma Veronica Sacido. Graduating cum laude, Austin Christopher Schnell. Gregory Jared Smith. Allison Danielle Smith. Graduating cum laude, Lindsay Brooks Spencer Merritt. Mason Anthony Staceyson. Matthew Joel Santacoy. Camber Lauren Vasquez Covey. Zoe Ann Watkins. Tyrion Shiloh Drew Welch. Taylor Anthony Williams. Morgan Alexandra Wilson. Graduating summa cum laude, Monica Renee Wood. Rebecca Lee Worthy. Shaylin Nicole Bass.
As an important part of our commencement ceremony and in conferring degrees, the college also offers recognition for the outstanding graduates of the 4 academic divisions chosen by the faculty of each division, and also to recognize those who are to be hooded as recipients of USAO's undergraduate research endorsement. Again, I'll ask the Vice President, Dr. Maxon, if she will do the honors, please.
Okay, I'm going to try to get the students right this time, but because I mentioned the ones being honored at this ceremony at the previous one, I just want to make sure I do the same for the ones that were honored earlier. Destiny S. Malacote for the Division of Arts and Humanities, and Mackenzie Janae Schooley for the Division of Social Science and Business, who were honored earlier tonight. For this evening, we have, please join me in congratulating Reed James Bryant for the outstanding graduate for the Division of Science and Physical Education. And for the Division of Education and Speech Language Pathology, we have 2 outstanding graduates, the first being Megan Elizabeth Glass. And the second outstanding graduate for the Division of Education Speech Language Pathology is Emily Elizabeth Perry. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have a ceremony for the students who complete mentored research with a faculty advisor. The goals of higher education are both to transmit what is already known and also to discover what is yet to be known. Completion of a doctorate of philosophy, a PhD, in a particular field requires original research and presentation of the results of that research so as to advance the body of human understanding. Every one of our faculty who hold a PhD has written and defended a dissertation based upon original research. Those who complete requirements for a PhD are hooded at their respective commencement exercises. At USAO, we have embarked upon a program of undergraduate research consisting of learning research methods across disciplines, developing a research topic, completing that research, and presenting the results of that research. In recognition of the extraordinary work necessary to complete this program, we now perform an undergraduate hooding of all who complete USAO's mentored research. Tonight, we recognize several students, with many of them at our previous ceremony, and at this ceremony, we have one recipient. So please join me in congratulating Darby Albrecht, whose mentor is Dr. Rachel Jones, but she's being hooded by Dr. Jason Shaw. The title of her paper is The Correlation Between Self-Identified Sexuality and Scent Attraction and Response. Congratulations. And congratulations to all of our graduates.
Well, where do we go from here? My congratulations to, of course, the graduating class and to the distinguished graduates of the division, to those hooded tonight here in this ceremony and in the previous ceremony at 6. You are something more now, or you're something less, or you're something other, perhaps, is the best terminology, than you were when you entered this auditorium not more than a few minutes ago, really. And you've changed your status from being a senior to, through the process of being a graduating senior, to now being a graduate. Mm-hmm. And you're a graduate of an institution that is recognized widely in the United States as being a very special institution with a reputation for solid academic quality and rigorous academic demands for the students that it turns out. And this not because we solicited attention, but because we are ranked that way nationally. It's one of the better colleges in Oklahoma in the region in terms of its academic demands. You join a relatively small group of individuals nationally who hold the baccalaureate degree. around 40%, or maybe a little less than that. And in Oklahoma, it's not much more than 25%. It's much less. So you're joining a fairly select group, and we need more baccalaureate degree holders. We need more associate degree holders. We need more certificates. We need more trained and educated people in Oklahoma. But as you leave this evening, I ask that you assume a responsibility along with your status in holding the degree. I want you to believe and to act on your belief that with the advantages and the benefits and the opportunities that will fall to your favor with this degree, as degree-holding citizens, you will also sustain a keen commitment to assisting the health and welfare not only of yourselves, but to your families and to the communities in which you choose to live and to work. And I hope that you will participate actively in the life of your republic, a way of life and a form of governing ourselves that, if to survive and to thrive, must attend to successfully serving the greatest good for the greatest number. I ask you to treat life with due respect and understanding of the reality of our differences in this world, while insisting on the common values of what it means to be fully human, both within yourselves and in the lives of others. I ask you to do this as graduates of this institution. Well, you're also something else besides being graduates. I think it's improper to tell you that you're free as birds. You're not free as birds. You may be free of faculty telling you what to study and how to get ready for an exam, and you may be free of the oppressive management of this institution. But you're going to face a series of circumstances in life where you're going to wonder whether or not you're free or not. But that isn't the status that I was going to refer to here. In addition to being graduates, you're also alumni, I'm not quite sure which suffix applies here, of this institution. And as alums, I hope you will stay connected with us, that you'll remain interested and informed about what this institution is doing. They're an extremely important group, the Alumni Association, and I'm going to introduce the president of the Alumni Association in a moment to introduce you to that status. But I will tell you they're extremely important to us because with declining public resources going to state institutions, private investment in this institution is terribly important. And the Alumni Association is a central ingredient in that generous contribution to the livelihood and the welfare and the health of this college. We generate about $1.5 million a year in private contributions. And we have grown the foundation in about 10 years from around $4 million of earning assets to now around $26 million of earning assets. And those assets are absolutely imperative, again, to the health of this institution and its future. And we're going to ask you to be a part of it. And to inform you of this status as alums, and I repeat, going to ask the president of the USAO Alumni Association to come in and chat with you for a minute. He is a political science graduate of this college. He's a youngster. He's a baby compared to me. He's a 2014 graduate. He went on to OU to get his MBA and worked there. Was it in the for the nursing area within the health sciences center that you were raising money? And now he's been captured. He's no longer free either. He's been captured by Oklahoma City Community College as the major gifts officer up there. So would you help me please welcome Mr. Chris Collins, President of the Alumni Association.
Thank you so much, President Fever. On behalf of the USAO Alumni Association and all of the alumni of the Oklahoma College for Women, the Oklahoma College of Liberal Arts, and the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma, I want to welcome you, tonight's graduates, to our family of alumni. We are so proud of you and what you have accomplished here at USAO. You know, it was just over 100 years ago that a group of pioneering women, graduates of the Oklahoma College for Women, established the Alumni Association here at this institution. To keep in touch with classmates and friends, yes, but more importantly perhaps, to support the school that they loved. As you have walked across this stage tonight, you entered this distinguished organization. Tonight, you become part of this century of heritage. And as the Alumni Association has celebrated 100 years of supporting the school, I've thought a lot about the incredible women of OCW who sat in this very room so many years ago. This is a heritage that we share with alumna like Gladys Anderson Emerson, who famously was the first person to isolate vitamin E and was a leading expert in the science of nutrition. We also joined the ranks of pioneers like Linda Mae Johnson, the first woman to complete the surgical residency program at the University of Oklahoma, who then went on to spend years in surgical fellowships in Ghana, West Africa, and Malaysia, groundbreaking for a woman in medicine of her time. The Oklahoma College for Women was even home to Norma Smallwood, Miss America 1926, the first Native American woman to win the title. From scientists to politicians, musicians to artists, teachers and lifelong learners, this place has launched the lives and careers of thousands of distinguished men and women. Your initiation into this group comes with this charge. This institution, this truly special place, needs you now more than ever. We need your voice. In a time of declining state support for higher education, in a time where the idea of truth and the idea of higher education and the role of a learned person in society is changing and evolving, we need your voice to talk about why USAO is so important. We need you to tell people why this place is unique and why it's imperative that we have a school like this one in Oklahoma's system of higher education. So as you head off, whether to work, to graduate school, or to wherever life may take you next, I hope you'll keep in mind the place that gave you your start. I hope you'll stay involved, visit campus, and eventually consider ways that you might give back to USAO. Advocate for our university. Come to alumni events to stay involved, or become an alumni leadership mentor. These are examples of what you can do because graduation isn't the end of your USAO story. And we are so excited to see what your next chapter holds. So on behalf of the Alumni Association and the Alumni Board of Directors, congratulations and welcome to the Alumni Association. Thank you.
Well, where do we go from here? Thank you, Chris. And congratulations again to all of you graduating, to distinguished graduates, those who received special recognition. I will invite all to a reception following the commencement. It will be in the ballroom of the Student Center. That's on the second floor of the Student Center, which is on the north end of the campus. It's that away. It's located on Alabama Street. I do thank members of the Freshman Honor Society, Alpha Lambda Delta, for acting as ushers this evening, and also for the service of our student marshals. They are all listed in your program. In closing, I will ask you to join in the singing of the college hymn. You will find it printed at the last page of your program. Leading the hymn will be Dr. Jan Hansen, a professor of music, and the hymn will be accompanied along with the processional by the concert band and the direction of Kate, under the direction of Kate Sekula. And I would ask, when you stand for the hymn, you remain in place until the graduates, the faculty, and the stage party have exited the auditorium.